girls basketball between the top seed Pope John Lady Lions and the number 3 the Spartans. Hi everyone, Mike Forbesano here on Sports Voice TV on YouTube. We will have the game for you. We're just going to go ahead and have a pregame. We'll come back at halftime, give you some updates, and then a postgame afterwards between these two rivals. We call it the crosstown rivalry renewed, as every time Pope John and Sparta meet up, it is a war in any sport, and girls basketball is no exception. Pope John winning the 101 in Sussex in 2024 over Voorhees, but then it was Sparta last year as the number 3 seed, stealing the crown from Pope John. The final score of 40-38 at Centenary in Hackettstown, and the Spartans won the 101 in Sussex title. But Pope John looking to get payback this season. They are 17-5 on the year. Throw out the Colts Neck game on Tuesday. You know, Sparta had a game like that as well. Sparta went ahead and matched up with Randolph at Sparta High School after defeating Voorhees in the semifinals. They went ahead and lost to Randolph by a score of 46-42. It snapped their 11-game win streak, and it set back to 18-6 on the season. So a loss that you would not expect Sparta to have, and they did. Pope John losing to Colts Neck, same thing. So throw those games out the window. You're going to get a great matchup tonight. And we're going to go ahead and go off in a few minutes as they'll have the opening announcements, the tip-off, and national anthem. But you want to go ahead and head to Big State Sports on YouTube. They'll have the game for you. And at halftime, come back to us. We'll go ahead and have a halftime, give you a bit of what's going on in the first half. Then second half, go back to Big State Sports and come back to us right at the final buzzer as we'll have post-game reaction for you. Pope John and Sparta, and these two teams met earlier in the season, and the Lady Lions winning at Sparta by a score of 37-33. Mia Washington and Natalia Nokovic leading the way for Pope John in that victory. But again, that's regular season. This is the county final of 101 in Sussex in 2026. Pope John defeating Belvedere and 100 in Central to get here. Belvedere by a score of 60-46. And 100 in Central by a score of 65-37. Sparta had an extra step. They had to get through Kittatinny, then they defeated Hackettstown, and then they turned back Voorhees, the number 2 seed, 51-44 in a game that we had on Sports Voice TV on YouTube. So that's where we stand. The two teams match up very well against each other. It's always an exciting matchup. And again, after this game, win or lose tonight, Pope John will go back home on Thursday for the first round of the New Jersey State Tournament. They will take on the St. Elizabeth School. The Panthers coming in at 6-17 on the season, and they'll take on who's the number 3 seed in this year's New Jersey State Tournament in the North non-public Group A bracket. So we will have coverage of that game, full coverage on Thursday from Pope John High School, along with second round action and then a possible sectional semifinal. That could very well be at Immaculate Heart Academy. A rematch of last year's classic that went to overtime, and Mia Washington winning with a 15-foot jumper at the buzzer in overtime, 45-43. And then we'll go from there and see if Pope John can make the sectional finals and then possibly the state finals from there. Long way to go. Season not nearly done. And a big one tonight. The Pope John Lady Lions and the Sparta Spartans. Pope John, the number 1 seed in this year's 101 in Sussex tournament, and the Sparta Spartans, number 3 in that bracket. Your starting lineup for Pope John, most likely from head coach Pete Torres, is going to be Mia Washington and Kaylee Fitzmaurice, the 2 seniors, along with Natalia Nokovic, the sophomore, and then Leanne Rackpin and Rose Krause, who have been in the starting rotation all season long for the Lady Lions. The players to watch out for on Sparta, Kayla Sabinosh had 20 points against Voorhees, hit a ton of 3-pointers. The woman in the middle, Brooke Shusht, she was on fire in an early part of the season and was big even in the loss to Pope John, 37-33 at Sparta High School. Also Moira Sweetie, a big threat for them. And then Isabella Van Winkle, who's really stepped into the point guard role for the Sparta Spartans. The Spartans are head coached by Patrick McCarty, and the head coach of the Pope John Lady Lions, Pete Torres. So everyone's out here, Hackettstown High School. It is the finals of the 101 Sussex Girls Basketball Tournament for 2026. The Pope John Lady Lions, the top seed, and the number 3 seed Sparta Spartans. Come back at halftime. We'll have stats for you and all of the other information. For now, go ahead and flip over to Big State Sports on YouTube, and they'll have game coverage for you. From Hackettstown High School, Mike Formisano here on Sports Voice TV on YouTube. Coming back at halftime, and we'll be back with you for Pope John and Sparta right here on Sports Voice TV on YouTube.